another Monday. If you guys don't know already, we're doing a book every month here in the TPE Book Club. This month, we're halfway through, or over halfway through, our second book of the year, and that book is called You Owe You by Dr. Eric Thomas. If you guys have not had an opportunity to start with us in this study, it's not too late. It's never too late to enrich your life. It's never too late to better yourself, to sharpen your blade. Iron sharpens iron, and this is definitely a book that will help you do so. I am sorry. I must say thank you all who have been rocking with us in our private Facebook group. I know the activity there has been a bit light. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but we're definitely going to get right back into where we left off in that area. So I thank you guys for continuing to be in that group. Thank you guys for checking out this video and any other content that I tend to put out throughout the week. We have the daily dose that we put out Monday through Friday at 4:30. That's a small, quick bite of leadership every single day. 3 to 6 minutes worth of content where we just kind of quickly go over concepts of leadership and try to help you be better. But today we're doing just our book study, and we're canvassing chapters 4 through 6 in this book. And some of the key highlights that we've already canvassed and touched on is just, the number one thing is kind of looking at and evaluating what your superpower is, and how can you find what your superpower is, and how do you see yourself and the talents that you have and the things that you can contribute. And now we want to look at finding out what your why is, because I feel like, according to the book, when you find your why, that's when you take your superpower to the next level. I think that discovering what your purpose, why you want to, why you exist, and why you are put on this earth is super important to the context of who you can truly become, and super important to the context of who you will truly, who you are destined to be, because you have to start looking at what it is that you're here to contribute. I think for me, and I'll just say this, I think my superpower really resides in connecting results with people. I've been put in a position to where I've been given the responsibility, and I'm accountable for a myriad of numbers, like a bunch of business data. And then it's my responsibility to be able to take that information and then disseminate it through to other people in a way that it makes sense to them and it connects to them. And, just my connectivity with younger people, I should say, and helping them understand the facets of business. I think that those things all roll into what I consider my why is. And, during my tenure at Chick-fil-A, I've been given plenty of opportunity to be able to exercise that why, because every day, or every week, every month, every year, we're constantly bringing in new young people, and not necessarily just young people, just new people in general. And so it has been a part of my journey, and it has been a part of my walk to help people understand more about business, particularly the Chick-fil-A business. But I feel like these a lot of things that we teach at Chick-fil-A are transferable, so it's not exclusive to just Chick-fil-A. It's pertinent to other industries as well. So my why is driving what I feel like my superpower is, and that's again, just being able to connect. Being able to digest business information, to be analytical, to be forward thinking, to be innovative. I think all those things fall into what my superpower is. And then me finding a why in, I guess essentially, if I could say it a little bit better, is impacting the trajectory of young people, helping them understand and giving them tools to help them pivot into their next, to pivot from high school to college, from college to career. And hopefully in a mix of all that, hopefully toward the latter end of that timeline, from a single individual to in a relationship, to helping them understand the narratives of being a parent, and things of that sort. So it's like, my scope of superpower and being driven by what my why is very broad in its impact. It's specific to the audience and the direction that I would like to be in, but it's broad to the impact. So for you, what is that superpower? You know, if you're watching this and if you're consuming this content, I want you to comment what you think your superpower is, and then have you found your why? Type yes if you found your why. Say yes, I found my why. And then if you care to share, what is your why? How do you leverage your given talents and abilities and to impact the world in a way that you feel most passionate about? The next thing, I guess, you know, I would like to kind of unpack from the chapters 4 through 6 is, you know, walking in your purpose will take you places that you've never imagined. I never, and I say this all the time, I've never would have imagined my career at Chick-fil-A being as long as it is. I just recently celebrated 20 years of service, and I never would have guessed I would have worked at Chick-fil-A for that long. But I will say I have a high sense of fulfillment when I've had the ability to be able to activate my superpower and my why during my 20 years at Chick-fil-A, but also it's taking Chick-fil-A, my affiliation and my occupational touch in with Chick-fil-A has taken me places that I would have never imagined. It's taken me to places that I've never would have seen possibly had I not been working there. Just given to the, you know, in 2008, I was able to go to 10 different states with being a part of the grand opening teams. I've been to Atlanta, Georgia several times now. I can go to those Atlanta on my own, but Chick-fil-A opened the door for me to be able to get exposed to several different things. And I think the thing for me that I appreciate the most is that just by me agreeing to walk in my purpose wherever I was at, and at the time prior and currently it's at Chick-fil-A, I've been able to be exposed to things that I think have played a huge role in my life, not just professionally, but also personally. And I'll give you an example. I was in Atlanta, I say maybe 2016 or 2017, we had a program that we were going to for some recalibration items back at the support center, and they brought in one of the Kathy grandchildren. I want to say one of Truett's grandchildren, and he was talking about just some of the things that the Kathy family did as a family to help continue the legacy that is Chick-fil-A, and then everything else that they are affiliated with. You know, just, you know, how intentional the family was about what they did with the children when they were turned 4 and 5 years old, in terms of starting to do particular games and team building activities to be able to express the importance of them being on the same page and them being able to make decisions together, and essentially giving them the building blocks and the foundation to continue the generational wealth that this family has created and generated. Had I not been walking in my purpose and my why with Chick-fil-A during the time that I wouldn't have been able to be exposed to that high level conversation just by being in the room that day, you know. And I think that's kind of speaks to this is kind of a merging of chapters 5 and 6, but it's about when you are fully operating in your purpose and you're fully operating within the strength of your superpowers and your why, you'll be put in positions to where you, and in the book it's you know, are you in a position for a miracle? Are you in a place to where you're allowing your superpower to and allowing and walking in your why and your purpose, and that's putting you in a position to be able to either be a miracle or to receive a miracle. And I think for me, I feel like every day is a miracle to me, because I have the opportunity to be able to go impact the life of somebody who may not understand what direction they want to go in, or they might not understand what their why is entirely, or what they wanting to accomplish. And I think for me, the miracle in my existence is being able to contribute to that tapestry, that quilt of their life, to say, hey, you don't necessarily have to take, you know, these traditional means of being able to support yourself and to potentially support a family in the future. There's multiple ways of being able to walk out your purpose and walk out your passion and make your superpower thrive, because I'm a living embodiment of that. I truly believe my 20 years of business experience has culminated into me having the confidence to be able to get into this content space, to deliver content not only for myself but for the people who are connected to me. Sure, those people who I call friend, or people who are in my circle of influence, I know they might joke and say that, you know, I can come across a little bit more serious, or I don't want to use the word sarcastic, but you know, they understand that through those layers, my intent is to help promote their well-being. And I would hope the same is, I hope that feeling is reciprocated. And so it's just like one of those things of when you're really operating in who you are designed to be, when you're really operating in the space that you're gifted to be in, you create the opportunity for more people to get attracted to what it is that you're doing, and for you to impact each other's lives. It's a two-way street. And so allowing your superpower to be on display, helping other people realize what their superpowers is, and then you guys is taking y'all superpowers and letting them complement each other. I think that's when we really start to get to a place to where we're living a more fulfilled and more purpose-driven life. And that's why I truly feel like these first 6 chapters are really geared towards us understanding the power that we possess, and giving us the cues to be able to fully take advantage of those superpowers, and get us in a position to where we're walking in our purpose and walking in who we are. E.T. said in the book he's always known that he was extroverted, but then he understood that he needed to have people around him that supported what his vision was, and then he can support them as well. And so again, understanding what your superpower is, assessing what that is, and having your friends and potential business partners and people that you work with have an understanding what their superpower is, and having them taking this and assessing just how they operate and how they're wired, and you guys figuring out how to marry all of those things together plays for a tremendous amount of change in our communities, in our businesses, in our organizations. And so don't take for granted the people that you have around you that can help you push you forward in terms of continuing to pursue what your why is, in terms of continuing to pursue what your purpose is, because that support is just as important of you understanding what your superpower is, man. I will say that will conclude our study time for today. I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying the push that the book club is pushing me towards. Again, and if you don't know, we have been canvassing this morning, You by Dr. Eric Thomas, and again, the push for me to do this and to put this content and information out into the spaces to help anybody who has ever been in contact with me now and going forward and before. It's all about getting better. I feel like we're all at an age and a place where our responsibilities and the things that we're accountable for, and the people who we're accountable for, in our true whys. For me, my why is my family and my children. My wife and my children. My family at large is to be able to create an example for them, and to be an example to them as a person who's trying to become their best every single day, better and better every single day. And I just want to encourage the people who not only are in my household, but those who get a chance to view this content, that you can be better. You don't have to settle for where you are right now, and you can continue to grow yourself and grow the people around you. And ultimately, that's how we change the landscape of our communities. That's how we change the trajectory of our communities, if we all continue to make a conscientious effort to be better. And so that concludes the book study for today. If you please do me a favor and follow us on Instagram at Alex_Seal. That's at ALEX_SEALE. You can definitely find us on YouTube. Just search Alex Seal, and you can you'll find us there. And until next time, TPE Book Family, we'll be covering the next 3 chapters the next time we connect. Peace.